Welcome to the iHSFAN Webcast Network. You are watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Covert Ford, Bush's Chicken, Ideal Signs, Alpha Paving, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events, Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group, Main Street Boutique, and Lodge Card Club. We also want to thank the 5 high school booster clubs for their support. Now let's head to the field. Here is Brad Tillery and Ike Kohler.
Live from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Covert Ford presents Round Rock ISD football on the iHSFAN network. Tonight, a big game on the final day of the regular season of the 2024 high school football campaign, as the McNeil Mavericks, who come into the ball game with a 4-5 record, 4-3 in district play, take on the Hutto Hippos, 4-5 in the overall season, 3-4 in the district. Winner take all tonight. Both of these teams are playing for the right to make the Texas High School State playoffs that start next week. The winner will move on and get the final spot in 6A District 25. The loser will call it a year at the end of this evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast. Brad Tillery and Ike Kohler here with you from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock. It is a windy and cool night here in Central Texas as a front blows through right now, as temperatures are dropping into the 60s and will continue to drop a little throughout the night. Ike, for McNeil, this is a team that was in this exact scenario last year. They had to win the final night of the season in order to make it to their first playoff in 19 seasons. They are not strangers to this position, and now a year later they find themselves right back in the same spot.
Yeah, McNeil back in the same spot playing a playoff game the last week of the regular season. Second straight year, as you mentioned, playing to win in your end game. And last year, McNeil was in this same situation where they beat Cedar Ridge on the final night of the season to qualify for their first playoff spot in 19 years. But, you know, last year it was McNeil was going for their first playoff appearance in 19 years, and they pulled it off. This year, it was kind of a different feeling around the team where it was expected. Okay, the trench rolling, we got to make the playoffs, but with all the scenarios around this district that took place, there were 4 or 5 different scenarios, and all those got narrowed down into this win in your end game between McNeil and Hutto.
Yeah, we've known for about 2 weeks now that it was McNeil versus Hutto, win in your end, because of the way the district worked out. For Hutto, they come into this ball game having dropped 2 straight. They last week had a 14-point lead late in the game against Vista Ridge, ended up coughing up that lead, losing 38-31. McNeil comes in, technically winners of 2 straight. They won 2 weeks ago. However, the Mavericks did not play last week. It was a forfeit victory against Manor. Some very unfortunate things over at Manor High School. We won't go into details. We will say our thoughts, our prayers, and our hearts are out to the Manor community, and I think they're taking the field tonight to finish off the season, and we sure hope they do so in strong manner.
Yeah, our hearts go out to all the Manor community with all the tragic events that happened over there. But we're playing football tonight, and, you know, Hutto and McNeil. Hutto, you know, they've got an offense that's going to put up some points. They've got multiple players with Power 5 offers, and they're going to score the ball. It's going to come down to kind of how McNeil can respond and really control the game in the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, this Hutto team, you mentioned their offense, they scored 35 a game right now. McNeil averaging about 28 a game. But these two teams, we've known it for a couple of weeks. We were going to meet tonight for the winner to be able to go to the high school or to the playoffs that start next week. Your situations look like this. If McNeil wins, they will play at Dripping Springs next week and be in the 6A Division II playoffs. If Hutto wins, they will play at Westlake next week and be in the 6A Division I playoffs, while Vista Ridge moves to Division II in that slot there. The standings right now in the district look like this. Vandergrift is 7-0 with a victory tonight. They will clinch the district. Round Rock is 6-1. I believe they have clinched second place because they beat Vista Ridge, if I'm not mistaken already. So they can't fall anywhere. I think we're actually set because Vandergrift beat Round Rock already. So it'll be Vandergrift 1, Round Rock 2, Vista Ridge 3, And the winner of this ball game between McNeil and Hutto for the fourth and final playoff spot in 6A District 25. You will not find many games bigger than this one here tonight in the entire state of Texas. Playoffs officially start next week. They start right now on the iHSFAN network here in about 8 minutes and 30 seconds, Ike.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are getting some early playoff action here. Very brisk weather. The wind's blowing. It's football weather coming up. Coming near Thanksgiving, and it really doesn't get any better than this.
We're excited to bring this one to you to wrap up the regular season. The McNeil Mavericks, the Hutto Hippos, winner take all. We'll have it coming for you in just a minute. We're going to step aside and let you hear from some of our sponsors, and then we'll let you hear as well from the head coach of the McNeil Mavericks, Scott Hermes, and then back with kickoff right after that. About 8 minutes away from the kick between the Mavs and the Hippos from Round Rock's Dragon Stadium. This is Round Rock ISD Football, presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN Network.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. In an industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin, and was recognized this year as a top contractor with 4constructionpros.com. These awards are a testament to how we do business with all our customers. If you're looking for Texas's most dependable asphalt paving contractor, contact Alpha today. The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Welcome back to the pregame show as we continue to count down to kickoff for the final night of the 2024 regular season as the McNeil Mavericks take on the Hutto Hippos in a win-and-you're-in football game for the Texas high school playoffs. Joining me now, the head coach of the Mavericks, Coach Scott Hermes. Coach, big night tonight. How you feeling?
I feel great. Had a really good week of practice. Had an unfortunate event last week, but honestly, it gave us a little bit of time to rest and heal up, get some guys right, and so we're ready to get back out on the field.
How do you address something like last week? Obviously, what happened over Mainer's a big tragedy. Nobody ever wants to see anything like that. How do you address that with your kids?
Man, I don't know. It was awkward for sure. Been doing this for a while. I've never encountered anything like that. So I talked to our kids about what had happened and just consequences of bad choices. And how it can affect not just you but a community, a school. How bad that was. And then for us. I just talked to our guys about staying focused. And, our theme last week was step 2. We know we have to win these last 3 games to make the playoffs. And so, that's because of the forfeit. That's an unfortunate way to get it, but that's what's happened. And it gave us a couple of days to look at some film of Hutto, and, here we are.
Let's go back 2 weeks to when you guys last played a game. I thought Jaden Stoltz coming back off injury was spectacular in that football game, and really you guys had a way different dimension to your offense than maybe you had the previous month.
Yeah. That's an understatement of the season right there. No, Jaden's a huge part of what we do on offense, and so he came out and probably had his best game of the year, and so it was night and day having him back. And Jarrell did a great job at quarterback, but Jarrell's a really, really good receiver. And so whenever I think it's the combination, you got Jaden throwing the ball, you got Jarrell and Zach and Aiden and Bowen to throw the ball too. I think that's pretty awesome combo, and you saw it open up the running game as well, and Josh had a great night.
You mentioned you had a few extra days to watch tape on this Hutto team. They had a tough win last week where they had a 14-point lead late, ended up losing by 7. But they're a team that puts up a lot of points on the board. What do you see from them?
They do. They're really, really talented offensively. A couple of receivers that are can really play. Quarterback's good quarterback. He runs well. He throws well. Very, very good running back who was a little bit hobbled up in the second half last week against Vista. And I think that hurt him a little bit down the stretch, not having him in the game. But, you're exactly right. They want to go tempo. They want to run a lot of plays. They want to put a lot of points on the board. And then defensively, they're a tough group. They're running the ball real well. They're trying to figure some things out. They're trying to figure out how to get some stops. But, right now they're trying to outscore some opponents. And so we're going to have to figure out how to get some stops. And then our offense is going to have to do their thing and put points on the board.
Take me back 363 days now. You guys were pretty much in this exact spot last year where you had to win on the final night of the season to get into the playoffs. How does that experience really help your team coming into a game like tonight?
There's no surprises. We talk about it. We can talk about it very openly, and I can be very honest. 3 weeks ago, I talked to him about, if you want this season to continue, you've got to win the last 3. Our playoffs started 3 weeks ago. So we haven't had a big focus this week on, oh my gosh, we have to win to keep it going. We've been saying that for a while. And so it's a balance of kids understanding the pressure, right? And kids understand this is a game and we're going to go out and have fun. I think pressure can do a lot of things. It can be an internal thing that really limits you, but can also be a motivator, and that's how we're choosing to see it.
What's your final words to them before you head out of the locker room tonight and onto the field?
Have fun. Keep the family together, right? When the season ends, every family changes, and so if you want to keep this group together, if you want this senior, junior, sophomore, freshman class to stay what it is, you got to find a way to come on top, right? It's a 48-minute game. So at the end of 48 minutes, or however long it takes, the Mavs have to be on top.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it, and best of luck tonight.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
That's the head coach of the McNeil Mavericks, Scott Hermes. We'll be back in just a minute with kickoff. Winner take all tonight, Hutto versus McNeil for the final playoff spot in 6A District 25. This is Round Rock ISD football on the iHSFAN Network.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas Standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Interested in or looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the Stacy Group and realtor Cameron Freeman. Cameron specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Contact realtor Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group today with a text or call to 512-740-1836 to learn more. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Back here at Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, we are set for kickoff tonight on the final night of the 2024 Texas high school football season. Brad Tillery, Ike Kohler here with you for the broadcast tonight as the McNeil Mavericks get set to take on the Hutto Hippos. Winner take all for the final playoff spot in 6A District 25. So glad to have you along wherever you may be tonight. It is crisp. It is a little windy out there. 64 degrees as we get set for kickoff tonight. And it will be the McNeil Mavericks to receive. The Mavs wearing the home blues tonight as they are the designated home team with the blue helmets, the white numerals as well. As for the Hutto Hippos, they come in the white jerseys, the gray pants, the orange numerals, and the chrome orange helmets. Ike, two teams that like to play offense, that can put points on the board, kind of expecting a bit of a shootout here.
Yeah, expecting one early on, and McNeil won the toss. They elected to receive, so we'll see Jaden Schultz lead his offense out first here at Dragon Stadium.
You heard Coach Hermes talk about Jaden Schultz coming back 2 weeks ago and how much better his offense performed and looked when he was in that game. You and I called it, and we'll see if he can continue the hot streak. Here is the run-up and the kick from Hutto to get this play-in game underway. A short end-over-end kick fielded at the 28, and stepping out of bounds right away is Jarrell Gary. He's able to make the catch as the up-back. I think they're going to mark him out right around the 29 to start this contest. So the Mavs with their first possession of the night. And a chance to get on the board first here. It'll be Schultz coming out at quarterback. Jaden Schultz missed a good chunk of this season. He's only played, if I'm not mistaken, those are last year's numbers I accidentally printed out, so I printed out the wrong stats for Jaden Schultz. He's only played about 5 or 6 games this year, but last time out had a huge night with, I believe, 2 or 3 touchdown passes, if I'm not mistaken, that game, Ike.
Yeah, they were firing on all cylinders last time we saw him lead the offense.
There's a handoff right up the middle, and it is Joshua Williams breaking a couple of tackles all the way to the 45-yard line to get it started. A 16-yard run for the powerful running back. He had 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago, and he's off to a good start here tonight. And if this run game can really get going, especially between the tackles, Ike, that's going to open everything up for Schultz and make it a little bit easier on the Mavs' passing attack. Under center, Schultz with a straight handoff this time. Williams met at the line of scrimmage, picks up 1.
So 2 early runs here from McNeil, trying to establish a run game early.
2nd down and 9 coming up for the Mavericks. It is a windy evening. The wind's pushing kind of across the field towards the south end zone, towards the end zone that McNeil is driving to right now. Schultz rolls out to his right, plants his feet, throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Aiden Taylor there. Knocked out of his hands by Jaden Fields, the safety. Fields, a ton of offers for the next level, like a guy who we will see playing Division I ball. He is still a young one, too. Fields just a sophomore. He's got offers to Texas State, Baylor, SMU, Houston, and probably a bunch more rolling in.
Yeah, it's still early in the recruiting process for him, and we saw why there. Good defense there, breaking up that pass.
3rd and 9 for the Mavericks. 2 receivers on each side. Fake the handoff. Schultz with time throws down the middle. It's overshoots his intended receiver and incomplete. Fields again with the breakup. This time it was intended for Zach Christie. So the Mavs get a first down on the opening play of the game and then are forced to punt. Good stand there for Hutto in this defense to start the ball game.
Yeah, McNeil kind of got caught in a 3rd and long and tried to find Christie up the seams, but it was well protected by the Hippos on defense.
And you can kind of see what they're doing with Fields out there, too, for Hutto. He's kind of playing center field and jumping routes and breaking up passes. You're going to have to find a way, I think, to avoid him in the passing game, if at all possible. Low snap, barely gets back to the punter. That was Holland who gets it away. It's an end-over-end that takes a really nice McNeil bounce and goes out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Officially marked at the 13. So that'll go for a 41-yard punt. Hutto gets the ball for their first possession of the night at the 13-yard line. And for the Hippos, it's the quarterback, Caden Stefik, leading the charge. He completes passes at a 59% rate. He's got 25 touchdowns and 7 interceptions on the season so far. A big, tall quarterback back there for Stefik, just a junior. Handoff up the middle, and on the first play, only picks up about a yard or two for, I believe that was Braylon Beckworth with the carry. The main running back for this team is Chavis, Kalen Chavis, who is being recruited by a ton of next-level teams, as this is a little swing pass to the outside near side. First down and more to the 25-yard line. Pass complete there to Jaden Littles, who was able to pick up about 10 on the play. So first down for the Hippos. I don't know what the situation is with Kylan Chavis tonight. I think that's him in the backfield. It looks like a 7 instead of a 1. There's a handoff on the sweep play. Breaking through the hole and getting a big gain is Jaden Littles. They go right back to him, this time on the ground, out to the 43-yard line. 18-yard pickup.
Little's making an impact here early, receiving and rushing the ball, and Hutto looks to be in a rhythm right now.
Yeah, that's number 7 in the backfield, Braylon Beckworth. Beckworth only had 46 carries coming into tonight. Another handoff to Little over the right side, and this time nowhere to go. Met by Aiden Taylor, who stacks him up. And then it was big number 32, Michael Jones, to help bring him down. No gain on the play.
Aiden Taylor able to stand up the rusher at the line of scrimmage. That's big for the Mavericks getting a stop on first down.
So I can't believe last week, if I'm not mistaken, Kylan Chavis, the main running back for this Hutto Hippo football team, I think I heard Coach Hermes say in that pregame earlier that he may have gotten a little injured in the fourth quarter of that ball game last week, and that's part of what led to the comeback for Vista Ridge. And we do not see Chavis on the field right now in this first drive, which is a bit of a surprise. And we've got a delay of game here as the flags come down late. Let's see if the timeout got called last second. And they are going to grant the Hippos the timeout. 9:03 to go here in this opening quarter. No score. The Mavericks have had the ball once. They had to punt after 4 plays. The Hutto Hippos on their first drive of the ball game.
AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs, and if you're looking for a big win, shop their unbeatable selections of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. That's AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive.
2nd and 10 here for the Hutto Hippos as they come out the timeout. Split backs of the backfield. Send a man in motion, and instead we'll hand it off. Right back up the middle they go. I believe that's Beckworth again, out across the 50. About a yard shy of the first down into McNeil territory at the 49. 3rd and a yard here for the Hippos. Talked about Caden Stefik, the quarterback. I was standing back behind him watching him throw earlier tonight in warm-ups. A big, tall quarterback. He's about 6'4", 6'5". That was a really nice football, too. This one he's going to keep on his own on the carry over the right side, and he picks up just enough to get a first down. Out to the 41, out to the 46 rather. So 1st and 10 for the Hippos. Ball on the right hash mark. Fake handoff, throw down the middle, and Stefik finds his receiver inside the 30. That's a first down to about the 25. Looked like Jaden Fields, who also plays offense for this team, came down with it.
Yeah, McNeil brought pressure coming off the edges, but Stefik Just kind of lofted it over the linebackers on a seam route. Receiver did a good job getting open.
He throws a really nice football. 6'4", 205 at quarterback. Stefik with a fake handoff. Got a man down the right sideline. That's complete. Makes the man miss and into the end zone for a touchdown. Brayton Anderson, the senior, playing his last regular season game for the Hippos on the 25-yard touchdown pass.
For Brayton Anderson, that's his 10th receiving touchdown of the season for Hutto. And it's a good start for the Hippos here. Steady mixtures of running and passing the ball. And Stefik, he does throw a good ball. Threw a good pass there.
Anderson finding the end zone. Hutto gets on the board first here tonight with the extra point due. Diego Bailzabal Lopez able to knock it through. And it's 7-0 in favor of Hutto as they strike first on their opening possession of the ball game.
Hutto draws first blood here. That was pretty long drive. Started around the 20-yard line, but for the most part, they didn't face too much resistance here. They ran the ball well, and then Stefik made some good balls, threw some good balls for the score here as Hutto takes an early lead over McNeil.
8 plays, 85 yards, 3 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock for Hutto. Capped off by that 25-yard pass from Stefik to Brayton Anderson. Hutto's band playing a song that I'm sure Ike and a bunch of other folks around here would love to hear tomorrow, a good amount. Their fight song is the same as the Texas Longhorns. They'll be hosting the Florida Gators tomorrow for an early morning kickoff. Hutto kicking it away here one more time as Bailzabal Lopez will tee it up. He had a short kickoff last time that was fair caught right around the 30. And he does it again. Very short. This ball's going to touch the turf. It is a live football, and Zach Christie goes way over the top of a couple of Hippos to snag it out of the air. I don't think most of the McNeil return team that was playing up realized that ball hit the ground and was live. And also we got a Hutto Hippo down here after the play. Looks like Jordan Tucker. We hope that he's okay, but he's writhing around like that did not look good for him. Credit to Christie, though. I'll tell you what. That ball took a weird hop back towards Hutto after it landed and kind of in that no man's land. And he seemed to be the only Maverick who realized that's a live football.
Yeah, Christie grabbed that from the top shelf, kind of snatched it away from the Hippos there. But we hope the young man is okay.
Kind of like going up for a rebound there for Christie.
Yep.
While they attend to the young man, we'll let you hear from a couple of our sponsors. 7:45 to go in the first quarter. Hutto 7, McNeil nothing. This is Round Rock ISD Football presented by Covert Ford.
Visit May Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Getting back underway. It's the first quarter of this winner-take-all football game. The winner of this matchup goes to the Texas State High School playoffs starting next week. 7-0 Hippos lead here in the opening quarter. McNeil with their second possession of the night as Jaden Soltz goes under center. Soltz with a quick little swing pass far side. That ball's complete to Aiden Taylor. Makes a couple of men miss. Taylor into Hutto territory and wrestled down at the 45, but he's got a first down.
Aiden Taylor plays with a lot of speed, and if you get the ball to him in open space, he's going to make the defense pay.
1st and 10 now for the Mavs at the Hutto 45-yard line. Split back to the backfield. Sweep play to the right. Handed off, breaking the first tackle, forcing his way forward. Taylor still on his feet, and Taylor gets down to the 38-yard line for a pickup of 7. Some hard running there.
McNeil moving fast here.
McNeil going very fast. This time a fake handoff, and the whistle blows. False start against the Mavericks. So that backs McNeil up 5 yards. And that's the kind of penalties that you really, really hate, because you're at a 2nd and 3, advantageous down and distance. Now you go back to 2nd and 7.
Yeah, they had the defense on their heels a little bit there. Now it gives them time to catch their breath a little bit.
Second and 7 here. Man in motion. And that is Gary on the sweep. He's got the he's got the football, and he will take it to the 35, right near the line to gain. Should be enough to move the sticks, and it will be. So getting Jarrell Gary into the ball game. Fake handoff this time. Schultz keeps it up the middle. He's got room to run. Out towards the sideline at the 20. It's a foot race at the 15. Flag comes down behind the play. Schultz all the way to the 10, but I think this is going to come back, as there might have been a hold down the field, and there was. Now it's from the spot of the foul. The flag's down around the 20, which is where the hold was. So this is still going to be about a 5-6 yard gain here based on where they officially mark it back from.
So McNeil will have the ball at the 30. Schultz did a good job of having good ball security there. The defender tried to strip it from him.
1st and 5. So McNeil actually gets 5 yards on that. Still first down. However, you do lose the big run from Schultz. Might have some movement at the line of scrimmage. Schultz will let one go towards the right side. He's got Gary. He's got Gary into the end zone. Touchdown, McNeil Mavericks. 30-yard strike from Schultz to Jarrell Gary, and we're an extra point away from being all tied up here in the first quarter.
Good awareness there from Schultz, seeing that Gary's in one-on-one coverage. They've made that play hundreds of times in practice, I'm sure.
Gary beat double coverage down that right sideline, too. The Mavs with the extra point. Snap good, hold good. The kick is up, and the kick from Cesar Baza is good. With 6:24 to go in the opening quarter, McNeil 7, Hutto 7. And we've got one brewing here in this winner-take-all playoff game going on Ike.
Yeah, and that's the response that McNeil needed on offense after their first drive, which kind of stalled out, and then Hutto coming out and putting 7 on the board super quickly. McNeil needed to make a statement there, and they did just that. Jaden Schultz played really well on that drive, but Jarrell Gary, for him, I mean, he's made catches and plays like that all year.
4 plays, 55 yards, a minute 21 off the clock for the Mavericks. Schultz to Gary from 30 yards out to tie it up at 7 apiece. And McNeil will have a kickoff now for the first time tonight, kicking with the wind here in the opening quarter. Have to step out there at halftime and see if it's died down. I know right around 7:30, 8 o'clock, that front that was blowing through should be done. It was just going to be chilly the rest of the night, but I think the wind will mostly be done for the evening.
Yeah, I'm looking at those flags right now. They're still moving a pretty decent amount.
Yeah, they are. I couldn't see them from my angle, but you're right. Just poke my head around there to check. Here's the run-up and the boot from Castillo. Long kick that'll be fielded right at the goal line, bringing it out for the Hutto Hippos with a big hole towards the near side. Oh, what a tackle. That might have just saved 6 for the McNeil Mavericks. That was number 7 making the tackles, Arian Hall. The returner, I believe, was Jaden Littles, and, man, he was one cut away from breaking that, Ike.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on Littles on returns, making an impact on special teams the rest of the night. But Hall seemingly flew out of nowhere to make that play.
Flag against McNeil here. don't see what the call is. The question might be, do you re-kick it? Personal foul, face mask against McNeil. I imagine, yeah, they're going to take that penalty there and mark it at the 38. So what would have been a possession rather, starting at the 23 goes out to the 38. That's big yardage for Hutto.
Shortens the field a little bit for the Hippos here.
1st and 10, Hutto Hippos. Braylon Beckworth, the running back, in with his QB, Caden Stefik. They'll hand it to Beckworth over the left side, and he is met. Ball's in the air. It's loose. It's a fumble, and going the other way for the McNeil Mavericks to find pay dirt. Wadike Nwosu. Touchdown Mavericks on the fumble return. What a play from this defense. The running back, Beckworth, took a hit, and right as he did, the ball popped straight up, and Wadike Nwosu grabbed it and had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Nwosu being in the right place at the right time. We've seen him score a defensive touchdown before, but couldn't have come at a better time here in this de facto playoff game versus the Hippos.
Extra point is up. The extra point is good. And in the span of about 20 seconds, the Mavericks have gone from down 7-0 to up 14-7 here in the opening quarter.
Mavericks forcing an early turnover on defense and, running it back for the touchdown. That's huge for them to get ahead in this game early on, give the team some more momentum, get the crowds involved.
Yeah, this near side crowd on the sideline going nuts. They know what's at stake tonight. McNeil made the playoffs last year for the first time in 19 years, nearly 2 decades, breaking that streak. And a chance tonight to go right back to the playoffs for a second straight season. Leading at 14-7, a huge defensive play. And the way these two offenses play, Ike, it's going to be a defensive play or two like that I think decides this contest.
Yeah, that was the first one that we saw, but it won't be the last for sure. I think the team that turns the ball over the least is going to win this game.
The run up in the boot. Again, a long line drive kick that drives Littles back to the goal line. Littles bringing it out, and Jaden Littles is wrapped up inside his 20 and pushed backwards. Well covered by the McNeil Mavericks. It was Javion Vick there to meet him. And the Mavs have all the momentum right now. Halfway through this first quarter of play, and it has been an eventful first quarter. First and 10 for the Hutto Hippos at their own 18 to start this drive, now finding themselves down 14-7. Stefik, the quarterback, takes the snap, has plenty of time, steps up, and lets it go across the middle. He's got a man complete at the 32. Held on, and then he found Brayton Anderson coming back across the formation for a 15-yard gain.
Stefik hit Anderson on the crossing route. Quality job by Stefik, stepping up in the pocket and setting his feet and delivering a strike to move the chains.
Good job of knowing where the line of scrimmage was, too, because he was really close to going past the line. Snap. Stefik throws the bubble screen to the far side. That's Anderson again, and he'll be wrestled down for a gain of about 1. Joshua Gayden, the former running back, in there to make the tackle.
Yeah, we've seen Joshua Gayden over our couple years of calling McNeil football. He's played both sides of the ball.
Really blossomed as a defensive back this year. Handoff, and oh my goodness, what a hit leveled in the hole by one Marshall Holland. Right as the running back, Beckworth, got the football, Holland said, "Hello, sir," and took him straight to the ground for a loss of 1. Woo!
Holland was a shark coming out of the water, eating Eating dinner, jaws wide open.
The last 2 carries that Beckwith has had, he has gotten popped. 3rd and 10. McNeil defense coming to lay the wood right now. 4 receivers in the set. Pressure coming, rolling left, looking to throw. He's got a man. That is Littles. It is complete, and it's going to be enough for a first down about a yard past the sticks.
We've called Littles' name a good amount tonight. Just finding pockets in that zone defense was just enough to move the sticks.
Ball out to the 44-yard line for the first down on the 12-yard pickup. Handoff Beckwith up the middle, and again, nowhere to go. This defensive line for McNeil and the linebackers just stepping up and closing down the running lanes tonight. Several players there to make the tackle. Vic, one of them in on it. 2nd and 10.
Hutto had a lot of success in their first drive running the football, but McNeil made some early adjustments.
2nd and 10. They'll send Beckwith in motion, throw to the slot, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Stefik hit his man right in the hands there. It was intended for Jaden Fields, just took his eyes off it and dropped it. 3rd and 10 now for the Hippos. Hutto trails 14-7 as the Mavericks got a couple of touchdowns in the span of about 20 seconds. Stadium rocking right now. 3rd and 10. You can literally feel this place shaking. Blitz coming. It's a little inside screen to Littles, and he will have nowhere to go. Wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. Guess who? Wadike Nwosu once again read that one perfectly to come back and make the tackle. A loss of about a yard or 2 on the play, and it's punt time for the Hippos.
And Nwosu has been dominant on that defensive line tonight. Also on that hit, Marshall Holland, 2 keystone players here for their defense.
First punt of the night for the Hippos. Aiden Taylor back deep for McNeil. Snap is good, and it's booted away. Spiraling kick. Taylor calls for the fair catch, and he makes it right near the 30-yard line.
So the Mavericks were able to get off the field, give their offense the ball, still holding a 14-7 lead. Chance for Jaden Schultz and this McNeil offense to get some early separation.
Yeah, I think if you're this offense, you got to love the way your D is playing complementary football right now. The first drive, Hutto came out, good score, but you get that. Your offense gets you get your back. You get a touchdown, get it right back to 7-7. The defense then not only gets the scoop and score, but then a nice stop there to get you the ball right back. So this offense wants to reward that effort. And the first play on the drive, a handoff up the middle for a gain of 4. I believe that was Gary on the carry. Or that was Williams, excuse me. 2nd and 6 for the Mavericks. Schultz is lined up out here near sideline as a wide receiver. Gary under center. It's an inside handoff to the up back. That was Joshua Williams. And he picks up 2. Third and 4 coming up. Schultz back at his traditional spot, the quarterback position here with the split backs in the backfield. And it looks like the Hutto defense jumped offside. Flags are down. Schultz just going to throw one up deep, and it's in and out of the hands. Almost pulled down by Gary. Came close to a 30 to 35-yard pickup. It's going to be a free first down. A little surprised they didn't blow the play dead, Ike, because the defensive line actually made contact with the offensive line before the snap.
Yeah, they made contact. Schultz, so good awareness there, just getting rid of the ball to Gary. Gary came down hard with that catch. Looked like fell on his back a little bit. He looks okay.
5-yard penalty on the offside makes it a first down for the Mavericks. 1:42 to go in the opening quarter. Sweep play near side. Taylor cuts it forward and only picks up about a yard. Met by a few defenders. Big number 99, one of them in there, Jarvis Robinson. Second down and 9 for the Mavericks here. Snap and a fake handoff. Soltz with a big hole up the middle. Meets a man at about the 45, spins forward and picks up a couple of more to the 47. Zone read picks up 6. And now McNeil's going fast. Third and about 4 or 5 here. Long 4, actually. Jaden Soltz fakes the handoff. Again, keeps it up the middle. He's got room to run. He's got a first down as he knifes his way through the defensive line into Hutto territory at the 45.
Mike Reynolds and this McNeil's offense is kind of turning to the read option here, relying on the legs of Soltz, slowing this game down a little bit.
First and 10 Mavs. Ball at the Hippo 45-yard line with 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Handoff up the middle, Williams. Joshua Williams carrying a defender with him out to the 37, all the way to the maybe the 30, officially the 37s where they'll mark him. But that's an 8-yard gain, and the Mavericks can snap it one more time in the quarter if they want to. They will. Williams, they fake it to him. Soltz keeps it around the right side. He's got a first down and more inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. 10-yard pickup, and we are seeing Jaden Soltz really keep the ball in the run game a lot more tonight than we have so far this season. We are through one quarter of play at Dragon Stadium in Round Rock with the McNeil Mavericks leading the Hutto Hippos by a score of 14-7. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network.
Are you ready to take your celebrations to the next level? Imagine luxury indoor sleepovers that bring the magic of glamping right into your home, or a posh picnic party that brings elegance and charm to your outdoor space. Whether you're planning a birthday bash or a simple get-together with friends, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events is here to make your dreams come true for any special occasion. Our event planning services will ensure every detail is perfect, leaving you free to enjoy the moment. So let Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events turn your next celebration into a memorable masterpiece.
We head to the second quarter of this winner-take-all game in 6A District 25. Winner goes to the playoffs next week. The loser heads home. 14-7, the McNeil Mavericks with the lead over the Hutto Hippos, and the Mavericks are driving at the Hutto 27 as we start this second frame. Brad Tillery and Ike Kohler here with you from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock. We are whistled back in for play and ready to start this quarter. Jaden Soltz, the quarterback, hands it off right up the middle. Actually, he's going to keep it around the right side. He's got room down the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Flag comes down on the far side as well after the play. Soltz made it all the way to the 4-yard line for a 23-yard pickup and a first down. Now we see what the flag's about. Where it came down, I would think this is after the play. Long discussion on that far side. It will be a hold against McNeil, so that will actually push him back from the spot of the foul. Looks like the hold happened around the 19, so we're going to have a first and 11 situation back at the 29, or first and 12 rather, at the 29-yard line here. We talked about right before the break, though, Ike, Schultz in the run game tonight has been effective for this McNeil offense in a bit of a new dimension. First and 12 here.
Yeah, we haven't seen that kind of wrinkle in this offense too much.
Fake the handoff. Schultz looking to throw on the wheel route. He's got Williams out of the backfield. That is caught. That's a first down inside the 15. Joshua Williams down to the 11. An 18-yard pickup, and it's first and 10.
With how much they've been running the ball, that play-action pass was coming. It was only a matter of time.
Just snuck Williams right out of the backfield on the wheel route there. This time, Schultz will keep it up the middle. Met right in the hole and nowhere to go. Maybe picks up a yard. Gets him to the 11-yard line. Second and 10 for the Mavericks. Leading 14-7 here early in the second quarter. Handoff up the middle. That was Williams still on his feet, pushing forward. And Joshua Williams gets to the 8-yard line.
Williams coming up with a lot of yards after contact. The sign of a good running back.
Third down and 7. McNeil can pick up a first down if they can find the 1-yard line. They can get a new set of downs here. Still split backs in the backfield. They hand it to Taylor this time around the right side, and he will be pulled down for a loss of about 2 at the 10. And let's see what McNeil decides to do here. 4th and 9 from the 10-yard line. They are going into the wind, and it looks like McNeil might keep this on the field and go for it instead of trying the 27-yard field goal. 4th and 10 here, Mavericks. Or 4th and 9, excuse me. Fake the handoff. Schultz to throw down the middle. It is caught in the end zone and then dropped. It was into the hands of Zach Christie. He had it, and then right at the last second, knocked out by Braden Daniel. Incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs.
That's a quick developing play there. Schultz threw a bullet to Christie, just unable to come up with it. Unfortunate for the Mavericks, but for the Hutto Hippos, their defense making a stand, keeping this a one-score game. And what was a prolonged drive for the Mavericks comes up empty.
That was a drive that started at the McNeil 30. Score stays 14-7 in favor of the Mavs. And the defense now has Hutto backed up. This defense has been playing pretty well here since the opening drive. They hand it off, though, to the backup running back, Beckworth. And Braylon Beckworth is able to pick up about 8 on that carry. Beckworth's had an interesting night so far. A fumble, and he's also been popped a couple of times right in the hole. This time he gets another carry, trying to break it over the left side. Nowhere to go. Maybe picks up a yard at most. This defensive line for McNeil and the linebackers just making it tough sledding tonight on the ground for the Hippos. It is 3rd and a yard. Remember, Hutto's primary running back, Kylan Chavis, we have not seen him on the field tonight. 3 backs in the backfield with Stefik. The QB keeps it. The QB is being pushed backwards, and the QB will lose yardage. Well played by the McNeil defense. Wadike Nwosu blew that play up in the backfield, forced Stefik to take a little bit of a more circuitous route, and the rest of the defense was able to rally to the football.
Yeah, Stefik there was kind of running behind his 3 leading running backs there, trying to block, but Nwosu and the rest of this defensive line penetrated the backfield, and Stefik just had nowhere to go and put Hutto in a tough situation, really forces them to punt.
Wadika Nwosu is having one heck of a first half here tonight.
Heck of a first half. He's been
good all
doing
year.
This all season.
Yeah, he's been fantastic all year. But tonight, especially, this first half has been nothing short of spectacular to watch for him so far, including that fumble return touchdown. Hutto calls a timeout with 8:13 to go in the half, rather. And we'll let Ike hear from one of our sponsors.
Hear from one of our sponsors at AutoNation Chevrolet. AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. If you're looking for a big win, shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score some cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. That's AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive.
4th and 2 for the Hutto Hippos at their own 18 as they get set to punt it away. Aiden Taylor back deep for McNeil. Snap is good, and it is kicked away. An end over end that will bounce and take a nice Hutto roll inside the 35 and down at the 34. No chance really for a return for Aiden Taylor. So McNeil will take over after the 48-yard punt there. 8:03 to go here in this first half. The Mavericks leading 14-7. Both of the touchdowns for McNeil happening at about a 15 to 20 second span midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, it feels like all the momentum's on McNeil's side, but look, this is still a one-score game. About 8 minutes left in the first half here.
1st and 10. Man in motion. It's a straight keeper for Gary over the right side with blockers in front of him, and Jarrell Gary able to get about 5 or 6 on first down. When he was playing quarterback full-time for a few weeks earlier this year, we saw a lot of that too. Some student body right, student body left, lead blockers, just get Gary on the edges and let him go. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. This time Williams with a quick burst up the middle, and he's got a first down for a gain of about 6.5 to 7 yards.
McNeil going hurry up again.
Yeah, this is the fastest the Mavs have gone on offense in a while, too. Williams again up the middle, kind of runs into the back of his lead blocker, able to pick up 3 to midfield. Second and 7. Sorry.
We saw a lot of power runs from Gary when he was quarterback, but now with Schultz at the helm, they're able to mix in kind of them two and Joshua Gary.
Joshua Williams,
excuse me.
Straight up the middle this time with the power run. Just shy of a first down, I believe. But he's into Hutto territory at the 43. They actually give him the first down. Hutto jumps offside. Free play here for McNeil. Schultz sees it. He's looking to throw. Going to scramble now right side. Another flag comes down far sideline as Schultz gets about 9 or 10 on the scramble. We'll see what the far side flag is about. Definitely offside against Hutto. And I think that's the only call here. If it is, McNeil's going to take the play because Schultz was able to scramble for about 10 yards. Offside against the Hippos. And no, they're going to take the penalty? Interesting. So McNeil, yeah, they're going to take the gain to the 35-yard line. That's what I was thinking there. Should have been a declined penalty. It is. They'll take the 8-yard gain and make it 2nd and 2. Yeah, makes sense. Take 2nd and 2 all day long. Ball at the 35 of the Hippos. McNeil driving again. Hutto showing a little pressure from the middle there. Handoff right up the gut. Williams off to the races, spins through a tackle at the 20 to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, McNeil Mavericks, Joshua Williams. Finds the end zone from 35 yards out, and the Mavs go up 2 scores here in the first half.
Joshua Williams, that long touchdown run, spun off of a defender en route to putting McNeil up 20-7. Joshua Williams, it was a matter of time before he exploded. And they're just slicing through this Hutto defense.
I mean, right up the middle is where most of the run game is tonight for McNeil. The extra point from Baza is up. It is good, and with 6:16 to go in this first half, the McNeil Mavericks find themselves with 21 straight points on the board, and they lead it 21-7 over the Hutto Hippos.
Yeah, McNeil's offense relying on the running game between. At first it was Jaden Soltz in that read option, and then it was Jarrell Gary on those power runs a couple times, and then Joshua Williams with that long touchdown run. It's kind of a three-headed monster leading this McNeil offense right now. Put up 14 points, and then the defensive touchdown by Wadike and Wosu gives McNeil a bit of a cushion.
I mean, I know we've got the long touchdown pass earlier tonight to Gary for one of the 3 touchdowns. However, the bulk of this offense, Heike, you mentioned it, it's been on the ground tonight for the McNeil Mavericks. They are just pounding away right up the gut against Hutto, and Hutto doesn't seem to have any answers.
Yeah, they're hitting them right in between the tackles, and they're having success.
6:16 to go in this opening half. McNeil leading 21-7. The run up in the boot, end over end kick that'll be fielded at the 12-yard line. That's Little again. And he's got room across the 30. Picks up a block, 35-40 down the sideline. Just the kicker to beat. And the kicker will push him out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Credit Lucas Castillo there for making the touchdown-saving tackle. 6:07 left in this half. Hutto with great field position to start this drive, though, at the McNeil 43.
Jaden Little's there, the returner for Hutto, with just what they needed.
Stefik, the quarterback, stands tall, looking to throw. Plenty of time down the middle. He's got a man, and he overshoots his intended receiver. Jaden Fields was open on the post route, and he just missed him. 2nd and 10 coming for the Hutto Hippos. You can see the water tower of downtown Round Rock lit up in the distance here from our press box. Looking almost due east. Fake handoff, throw near side. That's actually going to be a run play as it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage to Easley. It was thrown a bit backwards. And Jaden Easley is able to pick up about 3 or 4 out to the 40.
Jaden Easley, the senior, his first reception of the night. It's the 19th of the year.
3rd and 7 for the Hippos. Mavs fans trying to get loud again. Rolling right, Stefik to throw. Near sideline, it's incomplete. Right through the hands of Brayton Anderson. Anderson's got the Hutto touchdown tonight. And it is 4th down and about 8 to go. And Hutto's probably going to keep the offense on the field here, I think, Ike.
Hutto in a position where they need to put points on the board.
You're going to take more risks tonight than you probably would any other week because, like we've said all night long, this is win or go home for both of these teams. Effectively, the playoffs start tonight for these two. Rush coming, and it will get home to take Stefik down for the sack. Michael Jones shooting through to make the play. The pocket just collapsed on the quarterback, Caden Stefik, and Jones, the linebacker, able to get through and finally get to him, and the Mavericks will hold.
Michael Jones just flew through the hole right at Stefik, and he was able to get him. You mentioned it, Brad. The pocket kind of collapsed on it. Stefik was looking for a man downfield. Just good coverage by the defense there. No one was open.
McNeil gets the ball at the 47-yard line to start this drive, and leading by 14. This feels like a drive that you don't want to say it obviously doesn't put it away necessarily in the game, but it really, really makes things hard for Hutto the rest of the way.
Yeah, it cranks up the pressure on him for sure.
Gary goes under center, throws it far side to Sultz. He will throw it back to Gary on a double pass, and Gary's going to stay on his feet, made a tackle miss, and gets out past the 50 inside Hutto territory. A lot of work for the Mavericks to pick up about 7 yards.
Yeah, we saw that formation earlier with Gary under center, and it was a fullback dive, but had different plans there, clearly, getting Sultz involved.
And Sultz did a good job of keeping his knee off the ground when he caught that ball, when he caught that first lateral. Handoff up the middle, Williams. And he will easily get the first down out to the 40. Man, he is just running like a tank tonight for this McNeil Maverick offense. And the line, the offensive line's 3, 4, 5 yards down the field, pushing players, pushing defenders every run right now. First and 10, the Mavericks with the ball at the Hutto 40. Sultz to throw, floats one up down the sideline looking for Gary, and it's incomplete, and a flag comes down. A lot of hand fighting from Christopher Medeiros there, and he kind of pulled Jarrell Gary down at the end. Pretty easy call. That'll be 15 yards and a first down for the Mavericks.
We got official word penalty was pass interference. The flag was thrown by the ref in the middle of the field.
Yeah, the near sideline ref, who was closer to it, didn't make the play, didn't make the call. But I thought pretty clearly to me, he got pulled down on the play. As Gary was trying to adjust back to the ball, the defender looked like he had him right on the jersey there. First and 10 for the Mavs at the 25 now. Another handoff. Williams right up the gut. He's not touched for the first 10 yards. He's inside the 15 to the 12. First and 10. Mavs going quickly. A chance to really get a handle on this football game here. Williams again up the gut. Spins off a couple of tackles. And he'll find his way inside the 10 to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Mavericks can get a first down around the 2. So they don't have to have the end zone. Sultz to throw. Near side. Looks for Gary. That is caught. Touchdown Mavericks. Sultz to Gary for the second time tonight. And McNeil has really taken over this football game, now leading by 3 scores.
Yeah, it's just a timing play right there. Gary running the little hitch route, and Sultz putting the throw right on the money. And Gary went up to go make sure he grabbed that ball and fell right over the goal line. McNeil's up 3 scores.
Second connection tonight for those two to find pay dirt. Snap down, the extra point is up, and it is good. 3:59 left to go in this first half. Winner take all tonight to go to the playoffs, and the McNeil Mavericks are marching towards it right now. 28-7 the lead over Hutto.
Yeah, McNeil's opened up this 3-score lead here, and their sidelines real fired up. The fans are fired up. But one thing to watch as we head to the second half is if they keep their foot on the gas, playing with the same intensity that they're playing with now. And, you know, as far as Hutto goes, they still got 4 minutes to work with. Well, 3:59 to work with here in the first half. And, you know, this game's not over yet.
6 plays, 53 yards, a minute 15 off the clock for the Mavericks. Sultz to Gary for the second time tonight. This one from 8 yards out. McNeil leading 28-7. And you got to think back to last year. It was about 363 days ago that McNeil played in a game similar to this. They had to win on the final night to make the playoffs. Most of the guys on offense for McNeil last year were sophomores in that game, and they won that contest. That experience means so much, having been there before coming into a game like tonight. The run up in the boot. End over end, high kick that will take a bounce at the 20. Gets away from Littles. That ball is live, and Littles is able to get on top of it at the 17.
It's a scrum for the ball right now, but
he clearly got on top of that.
Clearly got on top.
However, Hutto's not going to have great field position at the 18 now. Their drives tonight have started at the 13, the 38, the 18, the 10, McNeil's 43, the one great return, and the 18. But this is their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is their sixth possession of the night. 4 of those 6 have started inside the 20. That's tough sledding. I don't care who you are.
That's been a big storyline of the first half.
McNeil is easily winning the field position battle right now. Snap. Looking to throw. Stefik down the right side. He's got a man. That is caught into tight coverage. Threw that to Brayton Anderson in the first down at the 48. 30-yard gain.
Anderson cut inside on that fly route there on the sideline. Good timing there from Stefik.
I mean, kind of fit it between 2 defenders there at the last second, too. Stefik rolling left, rush coming. He gets it off, and that is caught inside the 45 into McNeil territory at the 43. Hauled in by Harry Fields for a first down. I got a feeling the run game is probably kaput for Hutto for most of the night now. They're going to have to air this thing out, trying to get back in it. Another one. Stefik throws again. Off far sideline, caught. Pick up of about 7 or 8. Looked like that was easily with the catch. To the 35-yard line. Second and 2. Stefik rolls left, throws left, and it's caught for another first down. Harry Fields this time. About 7 or 8 yards. And this is what the Hippos want to do. They want to go fast. They want to air it out. Especially without their primary running back, the great Kylan Chavis, who is being recruited by almost the entire Big 12. There's a handoff, though, to the running back. The fill-in tonight, Braylon Beckworth. And Beckworth picks up 9 or 10. And that pass game got going, and now you can see the run game, a chance for it to open up here for Hutto.
Yeah, keeping the McNeil defense honest here, running the ball. Down a lot. Not a lot of time. You got to air it out, and they've been successful.
Quick throw, far side, complete in the slot. That's Easley again. Jaden Easley gets down to the 14 for another first down. And you can see what Hutto's doing in the pass game. Outside of that first throw that was pretty long, everything's been 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, just quick hitters to try to get the ball out of the hands of Caden Stefik. And what that does, too, is it really slows down the pass rush. Stefik sends a man in motion, looks to throw, and that is nearly intercepted. Falls short of his intended receiver. It's incomplete.
Stefik was looking for Littles there, and got rid of it quickly. Just the ball sailed on him. It was almost picked off. But we've been talking about Hutto's field position tonight. Well, on this drive, they've made quick work airing the ball out.
Stefik trying to escape the pocket, can't do so. Be dropped for a couple of yards on a loss. Holland in there with the sack. It'll be 3rd down and 12. See how Stefik and the Hutto offense tries to attack 3rd and long here. First time they've been in a 2nd and 3rd and long situation this entire drive. 28-7 Mavs lead late first half. Stefik drops straight back, has time, throws towards the end zone, incomplete. No flags on the play intended for Brayton Anderson. It'll be 4th and 12 now. Hutto going full sail substitutions here. They're going to kick the field goal. They do have a kicker with enough leg to do it. And that's what they're going to try. Get some points on the board. Diego Baizabel Lopez, the kicker, will attempt it from 34 yards out. The left-footed kicker. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's got enough leg to it, and it's good. So the 34-yard field goal makes it 28-10 as Hutto cuts slightly into the lead, but I think McNeil will probably take that trade-off right there. After Hutto was really moving the ball well, McNeil stiffens up in the red zone and holds him to 3.
Yeah, Hutto forced to settle for a field goal there. It's still a 3-possession game. Right now down 18 points, but yeah, McNeil, you'll take it for sure.
9-play, 66-yard drive. 2 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock for the Hippos. 34-yard field goal good. 28-10 the score as Hutto gets 3, but the Mavericks have plenty of time here. 1:22. The Mavs have all 3 timeouts. Enough time to try to get back down the field and score again. If you look at McNeil's scoring drives tonight, they have been fast. There's been 1:21 off the clock. Of course, the fumble return. 2:47 off the clock, 1:15 off the clock. So when the Mavs have scored, it has been quick. And with 1:22 and all 3 timeouts in the pocket, got to think there's plenty of time to try to get back in the end zone once more before we get to the locker rooms. Couple of men deep here for McNeil. It's Taylor and Gaden. All the kickoffs been short so far for Hutto. There's another one. Fielded by Christie at the 26. Zach Christie gets a block. He's got a hole. Room to go, and Zach Christie gets out to the 43. And with that kind of field position, McNeil is absolutely going to think about stepping on the gas here with 1:17 left.
Well, McNeil has been stepping on the gas in their drives. They've been running quick tempo, no huddle offense, just trying to keep this Hippo defense on its heels.
Stick around at halftime. We'll go across the scoreboard, get you caught up on things happening in the area. Check out some Friday night college scores as well. Let you watch the bands. Unfortunately, of course, we don't have audio for that, but we'll let you see the performances. And they'll be back for half number 2 of this winner-take-all game. Winner heads to the playoffs. The loser will be heading home for the season. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Joshua Williams, and he picks up about 3. Second and 7 for the Mavs. Clock rolling at 1 minute left in the half. Got to go a little faster than this. I know you got the timeouts, but got to move a little faster. Handoff. Taylor over the right side. Picks up a block. He's got room at the 40. Foot race to the 30. Aiden Taylor to the 20. Inside the 15. Near the 10-yard line. Aiden Taylor turned on the turbo jets and found his way all the way to the 8.
Aiden Taylor setting up the Maverick offense in prime scoring position. That was Jaden Fields on the tackle running him down.
46-yard run for Taylor. 1st and goal Mavericks. 39 seconds on the clock, and you got the whole playbook open with 3 timeouts. You can run it if you want to. You can pass it. Do whatever you'd like. Handoff. Williams up the middle. Carries the defender with him to the 5. An immediate timeout for the Mavericks. 33 seconds left in the half. 28-10. McNeil leads it. Knocking on the door again. And man, if you are McNeil and Coach Scott Hermes, you could not have scripted this half much better. McNeil on the first drive of the game got a first down, then only had a 4-play drive where they had to punt. Hutto comes and scores, but since then the Mavericks have ripped off a 28-3 run to lead this game by 17. Or 18, excuse me.
Yeah, Mavericks up 18, and they've looked unstoppable on offense for the most part in this first half, and I think a lot of that has to do with their offensive line. Their line has been blocking very well. Just making life easy on their running backs. So, yeah, McNeil looking to go up. Well, still 3 scores, but just widen the margin.
Second down and goal for the Mavericks from the 5. Schultz stays at quarterback. He's got Gary to his right. That's a handoff up the middle. Actually, it's Williams, he faked it to. It's a keeper over the right side for Schultz down to the 1. Let's see, the Mavs call an immediate timeout. 25 seconds to go in the half. It'll be third down and goal from the 2. Entire playbook open with, depends on, I guess, what happens on this next play. You are well within field goal range here. It's just an extra point from where they're sitting right now. And if you don't get in the end zone, I know Coach Hermes is an aggressive coach, and oftentimes he'll go for it, but you also might think he might try to take the points, have a full 3-touchdown lead at the half, and go in with all the momentum in the locker room. As this Hutto Hippo team, a team that averages 35 a game, has really been shut down here tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a power run from Jarrell Gary here. We see him in the backfield get full head of steam going.
Well, he and Williams both in the contest right now. Third down and goal from the 2. Mavs go under center. Straight handoff right up the middle. It is a touchdown. Joshua Williams, his second of the night. You called it. Power up the middle. It was just Williams instead of Gary.
Yeah, I was halfway right there, but hey, same result. Joshua Williams continuing his scoring ways here, just punching it in, and extra point here would put McNeil up 25.
5-play, 57-yard drive. The extra point is up, and it is good. Nice kick because the laces were actually in when he hit that. 35-10. The Mavericks lead it with 21 seconds left in the half. That drive took just 56 seconds to cash in. Big play there was the Aiden Taylor run that set McNeil up. And, wow, what a blitzkrieg of a half for this McNeil offense. They are just coming, and they wave after wave of run game and attack. And I think right now you're looking at this, and you're seeing this team coming at you potentially next week if you're Dripping Springs. May not be something you want to see coming your way potentially in 7 days if McNeil can hold on to this lead in the second half.
Yeah, if they can. But, look, this offense is on a roll right now. But I want to talk about their defense for a little bit. This Hutto team, or McNeil holding this Hutto offense to just 10 points here so far in the first half. There's still 21 seconds left, but they've looked remarkable tonight too.
Yeah, I especially have been impressed with the defensive line. Like, that front 5, front 6 with the defensive line, the linebackers have dominated this game. There's a line drive kick fielded by the up back. That's Harry Fields. Fields trying to switch position, or switch the way he was running there. I didn't say Fields switch Fields, but he gets out to the 36. 12 seconds left in the half. We'll see how Hutto decides to play it. Down 25. Stunning first half display from this McNeil Maverick football team. Hutto will go 5 wide. They do have one timeout, so a quick play could get them into Hail Mary range. Quick throw to the far sideline, complete. And if they do that again, there's enough time to run that same play one more time before having to chuck one in the end zone. And what I saw during the pregame, Caden Stefik has got the arm to get this to the end zone from about midfield if they want to. Late substitutions for the Mavericks. Now timeout call. Seven seconds left in this first half. McNeil has exhausted their allocation of timeouts here in the half. Hutto still has one more. On a chilly night here in Central Texas. It's funny. It's really, by temperature, it's the kind of temperature I love. But when you're used to 90-some-odd degrees, 100 degrees all the time around here for 6 months anymore, when you get to 64, it's like, holy, wait, where's my fleece? Where's everything that I need to stay warm?
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it a little bit, going to the closet, finding a couple of jackets. I've been in retirement this summer, but it's been a good change of pace with daylight savings times, too. It was dark driving over here today.
Yeah, that's messing up my after-work golf practice. I can't lie to you here, buddy.
They don't have lights at the range?
Not at the one near the house, no. I'd have to drive all the way up here, and that's a bit of a haul. 2nd and 3. Hutto looking to throw. They're going to chuck one deep already. And that is almost intercepted, but the time will run out in the half. Little surprised Hutto went with that play. They still had a timeout. And kind of shocking they didn't go with another quick hit throw before throw into the end zone. But McNeil will take it and go to the locker room. After 24 minutes of football in this winner-take-all our game, winner goes to the playoffs. McNeil all over Hutto, 35-10. We'll be back with a halftime show in just a second. This is Round Rock ISD Football, presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN Network.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. In an industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin, and was recognized this year as a top contractor with 4constructionpros.com. These awards are a testament to how we do business with all our customers. If you're looking for Texas's most dependable asphalt paving contractor, contact Alpha today.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto, Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Interested in or looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the Stacy Group and Realtor Cameron Freeman. Cameron specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Contact Realtor Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group today with a text or call to 512-740-1836 to learn more. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
Visit Mays Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Are you ready to take your celebrations to the next level? Imagine luxury indoor sleepovers that bring the magic of glamping right into your home, or a posh picnic party that brings elegance and charm to your outdoor space. Whether you're planning a birthday bash or a simple get-together with friends, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events is here to make your dreams come true for any special occasion. Our event planning services will ensure every detail is perfect, leaving you free to enjoy the moment. So let Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events turn your next celebration into a memorable masterpiece.
You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.
Halftime here at Dragon Stadium, where the McNeil Mavericks lead this winner-take-all football game over the Hutto Hippos 35-10. Brad Tiller, Kohler here with you on the iHSFAN Network. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Let's take you down how that first half action went. McNeil got the opening kickoff and took only 4 plays to have to get off the field for a punt. Hutto gets the football at their own 13 and goes on an 87-yard march. A 25-yard pass from the quarterback, Caden Stefik, to Brayton Anderson made it 7-0 Hutto. And you're like, okay, well, the Hippos have come out ready to strike. McNeil, though, immediately answers. They go a 4-play, 55-yard drive. Jaden Soltz finds Jarrell Gary from 30 yards out to tie it up at 7 apiece. The very next snap after the kickoff, first play of the drive for Hutto, it's a handoff to the running back, Braylon Beckworth. He is met right in the hole. Ball pumps up out of the air. It is pulled down by Wadike Nwosu. He takes it back from about 38 yards away. Fumble recovery, touchdown return for the Mavericks. And within the span of about 15, 20 seconds of game time, the Mavs go from down 7-0 to up 14-7. Hutto was forced to punt on their next drive. McNeil gets all the way to the 10, but turns it over on downs. The ball looked like it was almost caught in the end zone by Zach Christie, but knocked out of his hands at the last second. Hutto punted again on their next drive after a 3-and-out. McNeil gets the football back and goes on a march. 6 plays, 66 yards. Joshua Williams from 35 yards out to make it 21-7. Hutto on their possession. They get a nice kickoff return, but would turn it over on downs. A sack from McNeil to end the drive. The Mavs get a 53-yard drive after that, capped off by Soltz to Gary for the second time in the game. An 8-yard touchdown pass to make it 28-7. Hutto would find a field goal to cut the lead 28-10, but McNeil gets the ball back with about 1:17 to go in the half. All 3 timeouts in their pocket. Takes them just 5 plays to go 57 yards. The big play was a run from Aiden Taylor for about 48. Joshua Williams from 2 yards out, his second touchdown of the night. And the Mavericks hold a commanding 35-10 lead at the half here at Dragon Stadium in Ike. We thought this game was going to be back and forth, offensive affair, close all night, and the Mavericks had said we are having none of that. The offense is playing great, running the ball well right between the tackles, but I think the thing you and I have been eyebrow-raising tonight has been the play of the defense, and especially the front 6.
Yeah, the defensive line has really set the tone from the get-go. I mean, there were a couple just bruising hits that were laid. Obviously only allowing 10 points in this first half, but there are a couple situations that really stand out to me. Hutto had the ball a little bit past midfield. It was 4th and medium, 4th and long, and McNeil stopped him. They sacked Stefik and was able to get off the field. And then, whenever Hutto was driving late in the half, when they're throwing the ball all around the field, McNeil was able to force a field goal late in the half to hold them to 10 points. But just kind of goes to show how their defense and, yeah, you're right, really the front 6 has been controlling this game.
The Hutto Hippos will get the football coming out of the locker room, and I think you and I both agree this is a monster drive for them. It almost feels like a must-score every time they touch the football the rest of the night to have a chance to come back against McNeil here in this second half. Let's tell you what's going on elsewhere in the area this week on the final week of the high school football season, regular season here in Texas. Hendrickson, a 77-0 win over Cedar Creek. A big game last night. The winner of the district for the district championship game last night over here, Georgetown thumped Cedar Park at Gupton Stadium 31-7 last night to take that district. A big victory in 5A for the Georgetown Eagles. LBJ all over Eastside 67-0. Games tonight. Rouse leads Glenn in a battle of Leander 21-3. The Leander Lions on top of Eastview 21-10. That game at the half. Burton and Granger all tied at 14. Manor playing Cedar Ridge right now, a game you can see here on the iHSFAN Network. 14-13 your score there. And, you got to feel good for those Manor Mustang kids after everything they've gone through last week, having to forfeit the game due to really, really unfortunate events happening on their campus and around their area. So just really feel good for Manor to come out playing hard tonight in their final game of the year against Cedar Ridge. Thorndale a win over Holland 18-13. Vandergrift and Round Rock going at it. Winner of this game wins the district tonight, and Vandergrift is all over the Dragons 28-0 your score there. Westwood 20, Vista Ridge 3. Vista Ridge got a question if maybe they're resting some guys or not sure what's going on there. Remember, Vista Ridge is, I believe they have secured their playoff spot, if I'm not mistaken here. They have. They were 5-2 coming into tonight, but Vista Ridge will, unless they can turn that around, fall to 5-3 in district play, and McNeil will, with a win, move to 5-3. Ike, you got to remind me, who won the game between Vista Ridge and McNeil earlier this year? Because that would be the tiebreak right now for the final spot, or for the third and fourth spot. I'm going to have to go pull up McNeil's schedule real quick because I, quite frankly, don't remember that. Who won the football game? Let me find here. Vista Ridge won it 30-8. So Vista Ridge would still hold that third spot in the district if they do lose that football game tonight. Let's see. Other scores in the area. Liberty Hill and Bastrop tied at 14, second quarter there. Stephenville 21, Burnett nothing there in the second. Hayes 28, Lehman 3 in the second quarter. Aikens and Del Valle, no update from their game just yet. Navarro trailing Elgin 41-0. Lake Travis all over Austin High 42-0. However, the Maroons are heading to the playoffs this year. Good for the Maroons. They're going to finish this season, I believe, at 500 in the regular season, which will be their first 500 regular season or better in about 6 years. So a really nice season for the Austin High Maroons down there. They're going to play, if I'm not mistaken, they will play Round Rock next week, I believe. That's how it'll work. Lake Travis, just did that one. Cameron Yo, 35. Little River, 31. Gerald, 42. Gonzalez, nothing. Salado, 21-3 over Smithville. Westlake with a 14-7 lead over Dripping Springs. That game in the second quarter. Taylor, 22. Travis, 13. Weiss, 17. Anderson, 7. McCallum, 42. Crockett, nothing. Pflugerville, 24. Connolly, 14. In college football, just a few games going on tonight. Classic ACC game happening. Cal on the road at Wake Forest, 20-14. Second quarter there. Game out in the Rose Bowl in the Big Ten. Iowa leads 7-0 over UCLA. And at the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, the Memphis Tigers trail Rice 3-0 in the first quarter. Remember, Rice last week knocked Navy from the ranks of knocked Navy to their second straight loss after Navy had lost to Notre Dame the week before. So this Rice Owl football team potentially coming on here late in the season. And Memphis is struggling. They took a loss at UTSA last week that raised some eyebrows in college football. Well, here tonight, 35-10, McNeil leads Hutto at the half. We're going to step aside, let you watch the band do their thing, and then we'll come back in about 14 minutes or so for half number 2. McNeil 35, Hutto 10. This is Round Rock ISD football, presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network. Welcome back to Dragon Stadium as we get set for half number 2 between the McNeil Mavericks and the Hutto Hippos in this winner-take-all game. The winner heads to the playoffs in 6A District 25. The loser will call it a season, and McNeil has taken this game over by the throat in this first half where they were down 7-0 to start the game and then have scored 35 of the last 38 points. The Mavericks kicking it away to start half number 2. Is an end-over-end kick that will sail through the end zone for a touchback, and Hutto takes it over at the 25-yard line. Brad Tillery, Ike Kohler here with you from the broadcast booth at Dragon Stadium. Glad to have you along wherever you may be. And Ike, if you're this McNeil defense on this opening drive, one that Hutto feels you probably have to score pretty much every drive you have in the second half, but the McNeil defense just do more of the same. Keep pressure on the quarterback, stop up those run lanes, and really allow your back five and secondary to go to work.
Yeah, do more of the same, but also I think just continue to play disciplined. I think it would help Hutto get back in this game if they're given extra yardage on penalties.
Hutto quickly to throw. That's the quarterback, Stefik, down the right side. It's quickly intercepted. Coming the other way for the Mavericks at the 20, to the 15, to the 10. 5 touchdown McNeil on the opening play of the second half. Zarian Hall takes it to the house. What a way to start it coming out of the locker room. Stefik just misread the play a little bit. Hall had it almost thrown right to him at the safety position, and then he housed it from about 40 yards out. Extra point down. Extra point is good. And the Mavericks lead it by 32, just 13 seconds into this second half of play.
Zio and Hall comes up big with the pick six here. That's their second defensive touchdown of the night. And McNeil really putting it on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Mavs now, not only defensively do you just keep up the pressure, keep doing what you're doing, but this may change your offensive game plan for the second half. Now, McNeil has done most of their damage offensively on the ground anyway, but they've also been playing more tempo tonight. I got to imagine that's going to slow down a little bit here in the second half and try to start milking some clock with a 32-point lead.
Yeah, McNeil up 42-10 here. Had to look twice to double check. It's a lot of points up there. It's a lot.
12 of them from the defense. A fumble return and a pick six tonight. Here's the kick, and it is through the end zone for a touchback. .47 to go in this third quarter. I had Mark McNeil as having the football here, but this is Hutto football on my sheet. Quarterback Stefan has to lead his offense back there now with the gap being 32. Stefan fakes the handoff. He puts it on the ground on the option play, and McNeil nearly forced another turnover. Able to fall right on it. Jacorian Hubbard at the 21 was able to fall on it.
So Stefan kept it and then could have pitched it out to another back that just slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, it looked like Hubbard kind of hit him as he was trying to option it out there at the last second. The ball popped right back to him, but Hubbard nearly got the football. 2nd and 14 now for Hutto. And movement on the line of scrimmage. And the Hutto offense really coming apart right now. You can see the frustration. Sophomore lineman Jaden Mack, the right tackle, the one who came out of his stance there. Ball at the 16 now for the Hippos. 2nd and 19. Steffen takes the snap. They'll hand it off right up the gut. Big hole to work through across the 25 out to about the 27. Braylon Beckworth, the ball carrier. Able to gain about 12 yards. 3rd and 8. Rolling right. Steffen looks to throw. Pressure coming. Pressure gets to him. Just nowhere to go with the football. And the defense did a really nice job of hemming him in. Nowhere to let him get to. While Wadike Nwosu, Frank Martinez Gomez from the defensive line all in there to help make that tackle.
Yeah, Martinez Gomez and Nwosu just kind of swallowed up Steffen as he stepped up. The more he stepped up in the pocket, the less chance he had to get out of there. He just kind of got swallowed up.
What a great start for the defense for McNeil in this half. They've had 4 plays, has the Hutto offense, and a flag comes down now. Looks like a substitution penalty against Hutto. It will be to back them up 5 more. This offense for Hutto's run 4 plays this half. There's been a pick 6 and then a 3 and out. And they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit too. A few penalties here against the Hutto Hippos. This is starting to feel like a McNeil Maverick coronation as they head to the playoffs. End over end, short punt. Bounces at the 45, picked up at midfield by Taylor. The ball is loose, and McNeil's able to fall back on it. Aiden Taylor tried to pick that football up, had it for a second, then kind of came off his fingertips. Ball's at the Hutto 47 to start this drive. 9:22 to go in this third quarter of play. And let's see. I think they're going to continue to run the ball as they have pretty much all night, but I'm curious to see if McNeil slows down the pace here. Up 32 with, 9+ minutes left to go in the third. No reason to rush things. Williams takes the handoff up the gut, big hole, and he will be brought down from behind at the 33. 1st and 10, McNeil, and they're getting right up on the football to go again. 14-yard gain. Mavericks trying to get lined up here. 3 men in the backfield along with Schultz. Hands it off. Looking to throw. Williams on the halfback pass. Trying to find Christie. It's incomplete. Knocked away there. 2nd and 10 as McNeil gets a little tricky.
We're getting tricky here earlier in the second half. We saw a couple trick plays in the first half.
Yeah, they had that attempted reverse, the throwback pass.
Double pass.
Yeah, the double pass that only got about 6 yards. There's a fake handoff. Schultz keeps it. He'll get to the 30. And that's another question I'm going to have here is how often do you want to run Jaden Schultz here in the second half? Because this offense, when he has been healthy, is dynamically different. And do you want to risk him taking hits before the playoffs next week?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Definitely don't want anyone getting hurt in what looks like a sure win for McNeil.
3rd down, 7 to go. Williams takes it up the gut, and Joshua Williams picks up about 3 more. That's going to be the interesting question for me. Flag comes down behind the plate late. How long, if this stays a 30, 32-point game, how long do the Mavericks leave in the starters? Because you don't want injuries at this point. You never want injuries in the first place, but the Mavs have, as you heard Coach Scott Hermes talking about in the pregame, they have been in playoff mode for 3 weeks and must-win mode for 3 weeks. Now, obviously the forfeit last week, a little different story, but this is their 2nd straight game they've had to play on the field where it has been must-win to stay in the playoffs. So kind of curious to see how long that they'll keep their guys in and knowing that they're going to be marching on the next week at this point. By the way, personal foul after the play goes against Hutto, so that puts McNeil down to the 13-yard line for a 1st down. 8:02 to go in the third quarter. Jaden Schultz hands one off to Williams, who tries to knife his way forward on a jump cut. Nowhere really to go, maybe picks up one. Nice to enjoy some Bush's sweet tea up here tonight, Ike. It's always good when we come here to Dragon Stadium because as first off, the handoff to the right side, and that'll be Darrell Gary who gets to about the 10. The concession stand, we always love being at Kelly Reeves, don't get us wrong. But it's hard to get to the concession stand for the press box up there. And the concession stand here, it's a quick little walk, and you get yourself some Bush's chicken, or some Bush's chicken and some sweet tea at halftime, which is kind of nice.
In my case, some Blue Powerade at halftime. But just walk down the bleachers. And it's pretty cozy up here. It's nice.
Made the mistake of trusting Ike with my credit card at halftime, so we'll see what fun charges will be on there later.
Oh, boy.
3rd and 7.
Man, you got me.
And off to Williams. Makes a couple of men miss, and he's down to the 5. McNeil's going fast. It is 4th and about a yard, under center. Schultz takes the snap. It's fumbled. He picks it up while his knee was on the ground. There's also a flag down, and he was hit behind the play, and another flag comes down after the play. All kinds of stuff to figure out here. I think he was down behind at about the 6-yard line, because when he picked the ball up after the fumble, his knee was on the ground. But the question is, was there an offside? Was there a false start? What's the call after the play when the head referee threw the flag? So this is going to be interesting. Offside against Hutto. So that's a first down because, remember, the other flag came in after the play. Dead ball, personal foul. So it will be a first down for the Mavericks. First, you have to mark off the offside half the distance to the goal, which will get the first down to about the 3, and then it's 15 yards back from that point. So the ball goes to the 18-yard line, but it is a first down. And McNeil gets a fresh set. And it's 1st and 10 from the 18. Under center they go again. The Mavs looking to throw, and Jaden Schultz will be taken down and sacked in the backfield. Elijah Washington in there to make the play.
Washington broke through the line, and Schultz being lined up under center just had zero time to get rid of it or get away.
2nd and 15, under 6 minutes to go in this third quarter of play. The Mavericks all over Hutto tonight, 42-10. Handoff, Schultz. And play blown dead. Flag comes down, and a lot of flags here in this third quarter here, Ike. False start against the Mavericks. Backs him up to the 28. This is the Mavericks' first possession of the second half. They've had it for nearly 4 minutes now. Hutto's had the ball twice. The first play of the half was a pick 6. And then Hutto also went 3 and out. Jaden Schultz takes a snap, looking to throw. Stands tall. Lofts one towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Receiver fell down. Looked like he's just got tripped up down there trying to make an adjustment. Did Zach Christie. Should be 3rd and about 19.
McNeil's still not afraid to take some deep shots here.
Man in motion, that's Gary. They'll hand it off to Williams, and he only picks up about a yard or so. 11th play of the drive coming, 4th down and 18 for the Mavericks. But most importantly, I mean, yes, they're probably, score would be great, but even if you go turnover on downs here, the Mavericks just milked about 5 minutes off the clock. And the clock is your friend right now for McNeil. 4 receivers left, Gary by himself to the right. He's being double covered, though. It's one-on-one on the top side on the left. Gary with a slant over the middle, incomplete. Thrown a little too high and behind him. So that'll be a turnover on down to the Mavericks. But that drive takes 5 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, it's really the main objective of that drive for McNeil, just to burn some clock and still play sound fundamental football, but just keep the game out of hand.
Yeah, it really is at this point. Shorten the game as much as possible, I think, if you're the Mavericks. First and 10 for Hutto. Ball at their own 27 to start this drive. Quick little bubble screen to the right side. Brayton Anderson, who has a touchdown catch tonight for Hutto, takes it to the 30. Four-yard gain, first down, and Hutto will have 2nd and 6 here. Handoff. Beckworth up the middle. Only picks up about 2. Braylon Beckworth has really not had any running room tonight. 3rd and about 5 or so to go here for the Hippos. It's McNeil fan base rattling the bleachers here on the near sideline. Beckworth takes another carry. Dances his way through the hole up the middle, picks up first down to the 39. If you're McNeil, you'll let Hutto run the ball right now. That's just going to kill clock. Fake throw. The ball is out. It is dropped by the quarterback. And Stefik was able to fall back on it. He was trying to, pull the ball back down there, Ike, on a quick fake throw. And just came out of his hands.
Fortunate there to fall back on it. He did the right thing, too. He didn't try to pick up and run, risk anything.
2nd and 15. Stefik to throw. Down that right side, and it's almost intercepted again. In and out of the hands of Olivier Hemming. Just a mix-up there. There's a flag down on the far side. Might have a penalty against the McNeil secondary, but there was not a Hutto Hippo in sight of that football. Penalty goes against Hutto. Offensive pass interference against the Hippos. Penalty will be accepted, but that'll mark them off 15 yards. Back to the 19, so it'll be 2nd and 30. They're moving the sticks completely, and they shouldn't be. The first down markers are being completely moved. Did you notice that, Ike, on the far side?
Yeah, they're moving
They're
them right
resetting
now.
them, and they should not be. Yeah, we got to stop that. What? I think they thought because they heard pass interference, it was going to be a first down, but it was offensive pass interference. You got to move those back. It should be 2nd and 30. Keep going. They're trying to mark it. They still don't have this correct. I still don't think this is correct. They lost 5 yards on the first play. Okay, so this is right. It's actually 2nd and... Yeah, it's 2nd and 30. I am very confused right now. If I'm not mistaken...
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this should be marked 5 more yards up the field. Yeah, this needs to go 5 more yards up the field. There they go. I've never seen that in my life. Okay. They're still remarking the markers. 2nd and 30 now. We are officially set with the chains on the far side. $2:22 to go in this third quarter. McNeil leading 42-10. Snap to Stefik. Steps up in the pocket. Lets one go. He's got a man. That's complete with room to run down the sideline. And near a first down for the Hutto Hippos, Jaden Littles found space. He's getting right near the line of the game.
Well, with all the uncertainty surrounding the change, he came within a – no, he picked up the first
Yeah, they gave him 30 yards on the
gain.
first down there. Okay. 1st and 10. Quarterback Caden Stefik fakes the handoff. Quick throw on the out route. That is complete. Able to find Jaden Fields into McNeil territory at the 47. About 1:25 to go here in this third quarter. The Mavericks with a commanding 42-10 lead. Stefik fakes the handoff, drops straight back, lofts one down the middle, and it's incomplete. Overs an intended receiver and nearly picked off by Sean Crow. 3rd down and 8 now. Or 3rd and about, 6. Well, looks like McNeil, if this holds, will head to the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. It'll be on the road this time, as there's a handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Maybe a yard or two before this defense, as they have been all night, answers the bell for the run game. Michael Jones steps up to the tackle. 4th down and 4 now for Hutto. Last year, the Mavericks got a home game in that first round. A great football game, by the way. This year, they'll have to go on the road to play Dripping Springs. 4th and 4. Rolling right. Stefik to throw. It's caught and dropped. Right into the receiver's hands, wide open on the far sideline. And it couldn't be hauled in. I think that was Jaden Easley who had it.
Word from our sponsor, AutoNation Chevrolet. AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. If you're looking for a big win, shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. That's AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive.
1st and 10 here for the Mavericks on their drive. As they take over at their own 45, Joshua Williams plows forward for 2. And McNeil will take their sweet time and switch ends as we are through 3 quarters of play. They'll let the last 15 seconds here run off the clock. 12-minute stand between the McNeil Mavericks and their 2nd straight berth in the Texas 6A high school playoffs. McNeil 42, Hutto 10. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
We head to the fourth quarter with the McNeil Mavericks holding a commanding 42-10 lead over the Hutto Hippos in this winner-take-all football game on the final night of the regular season in Texas high school football. Handoff to Joshua Williams. Bouncing it outside to the right. Flag comes in behind the play. Williams picks up about a yard or two as we check the penalty marker. The Mavs, there'll be a hold against McNeil, so that's going to come back. The Mavs have been leading this one almost the entire way tonight and have just really since about the second quarter on dominated this football game, leading 42-10. And Ike only 11 minutes and 51 seconds stand between McNeil and playoff appearance number 2 in the last 20 years, and it'll be back-to-back seasons for McNeil after a 19-year drought.
Yeah, it's a big deal and really shows where this program is at under head coach Scott Hermes and the culture that they've built. And there were a lot of returning pieces to this team, and it's looking like they'll be in the playoffs yet again.
Throwback screen intended for Christie was set up well, but he couldn't bring it down. It'll be third down. And you mentioned a lot of returning players this year. Look at next year's team. A ton of guys at this core returning, and they'll be seniors going into next year with 2 years of starting experience under their belts. You're talking about Aiden Taylor and Jarrell Gary and Zach Christie and Marshall Holland, Jaden Soltz. I mean, this is going to be a pretty loaded team heading into next season. Jacorian Hubbard, another guy that we call out a lot. Michael Jones at linebacker, as there's a keeper by Soltz out the middle. Ball comes out late, but they're going to rule that Soltz was down at the 40. I mean, this is going to be a team that's you don't think they're heading anywhere, and there'll be another force to be reckoned with going into next year here in 6A 25.
Yeah, I totally agree. You mentioned Michael Jones. He's the linebacker who had that big sack on fourth down to get Hutto off the field earlier on, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, kind of get the feeling that this McNeil team, that they can do something special and win in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to Dripping Springs next week. Well, I haven't really caught up too much with Dripping Springs this season, but I'll be curious. There's a end over end wobbler from Holland. The punt takes a nice McNeil bounce, and it'll roll dead around the 35-yard line of Hutto. 10-10 left to go in the ball game. Let me go pull up the Dripping Springs schedule here and see how they have done, because I honestly don't know their full season so far. Hard to keep up with all the teams around the area. Let's see if we can find it here. 1st and 10 here for Hutto at their own 35. A pitch out to the left side. Looking to throw it, apparently, was Jaden Fields. Now he's going to tuck it and run and pick up about 6. Out to the 41 there for Hutto. Dripping Springs 7-2 this year. They're 4-1 in their district, and they're playing tonight against Westlake. Last we saw, that was a tight football game. They should be playing the Mavs next week from everything we understand. There's a little swing pass to the right side. It's complete. Just nowhere to go, though. And Zaarian Hall making a great tackle. Loss of about 1 on the play. 3rd down and 5 coming. We look at this Dripping Springs schedule, and, you know, you look at the losses they've had, and pretty respectable. They have lost to Vandergrift and Lake Travis. They've beaten everybody else in front of them this year. 3rd and 4. Double clutch by Stefan. Now lets it go, and it's dropped once again. Hutto has dropped a lot of balls tonight, Ike.
Yeah, there's been a few too many than they would like to see. But, yeah, Dripping Springs is a program that got moved up to 6A within the last 5 years or so. They were 5A D1 for a while.
We'll check on their scoreboard here in just a second and get you caught up from all the scores from around the area. 'Cause like we said earlier tonight, Dripping Springs, they were in a bit of a battle there with Westlake from what we could tell. There's a throw down the middle. That is caught. That'll be moving the sticks for the Hutto Hippos inside the 50. First down for Hutto to keep the drive alive to the McNeil 47. Harry Fields with the catch. Caden Stefik, the quarterback, drops straight back. Throws down the middle again. That is caught. That's a first down and more at the 30. Still on his feet, dancing to the left side. Out to the 25 goes Jaden Fields. Gain of 22 on the play. Another first down for Hutto. Let's see if we can find that Dripping Springs score. So Westlake has a 21-7 lead over Dripping Springs right now at the half. Blitz coming. Stefik just able to get it out at the last second. Hit as he throws. Michael Jones blew that play up in the backfield. Jones a little slow to get up, but he's okay. So Dripping Springs looks like they'll finish the season 7-3, and unless something absolutely insane happens here, they will host the McNeil Mavericks next week. And the way that I understand this bracket going, look at these 6A games as this is a handoff faked over the right side. Stefik keeps it. He's up the middle, and he's inside the 10. Nice run by Stefik. Best one of the night, 25-yard gain, or 15-yard gain rather, down to the 10. Let's see here. After Hutto scores, I think we'll have a real good chance to look at this. Or if they score, at the end of this drive, I should say. 7:14 to go in the ball game. The Mavericks with a comfortable 32-point lead. Fake handoff, keeping it on the right side. Brayton Anderson, who's going for the pylon. He'll get to the corner. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hutto Hippos, as Anderson runs one in from 10 yards out for his second TD of the night. That'll make the scoreboard look a little better, but 6:58 to go in the game. It's pretty much all she wrote right now. McNeil very comfortably ahead here late in the fourth quarter. Hutto appears like they're going to go for two. They will. Anderson sends a man in motion. Fakes it. Tries the left side this time and nowhere to go. That was snuffed out well by the McNeil defense. Marshall Holland, the first man there. And the score stays at 42-16.
How about Hutto going on the field, marching down the field and scoring there? Anderson with his second touchdown drive of the game. And even though the results on the scoreboard are not what they'd want to see, that's good for them going down and competing. I mean, you only get to go play this game so many times, especially, high school football. So it's still got time left in the ball game.
So the way that I think this is going to work out here, Ike, for playoff purposes next week, if I understand the way Division I, Division II works, and that works in 6A and all of them by school size. When you break it out, smaller schools go to 6-2 or to Division II. The bigger population schools go to Division I. So Vista Ridge. All right, let's just go. Here we go. Vandergrift is going to host Lake Travis. That is a rematch of last year's round one game that Lake Travis went on the road to Vandergrift and won. So that's a rematch last year of round one there. And if you're Vandergrift, you got to be shaking your head like, what do I have to do to avoid playing Lake Travis or Westlake in round one of the playoffs? That's a hard draw.
That's a tough draw.
Looks like Hutto is going to line up for an onside kick. McNeil calls timeout here with 6:53 to go. Round Rock will be at Westlake. So Round Rock's going to finish second in the district, but because they're Division I, they're going to have to go to Westlake next week because Westlake finished first in the district over there, assuming they hold on tonight. Vista Ridge will get a home game next week at Gupton Stadium. They will host Austin High, as Austin will have to come up here. And if this is, I'm assuming school sizes here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about this one. And then we know McNeil will be at Dripping Springs. So I'm pretty sure Austin is a smaller school than both Lake Travis and Westlake by population. I'm almost positive of that. So that would move Austin down to Division II. I don't quote me on this officially, fully, but I'm 99% sure that's right.
Yeah, Austin High, if I'm not mistaken, they're making the playoffs for the first time since Charles Wright was their quarterback.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 years, right?
Yep.
Onside kick here, and that ball is free at the 50, rather. Bouncing around. Hutto may have gotten this. No signal yet. Hutto says they have it on that far sideline. That ball definitely got past 10 yards before it was touched. At least I thought it did. It looks like the FAR official's pointing right at the 50, and it is Hutto football. The Hippos recover. That ball got past 10 yards before it was touched. And so the Hippos have a little life, 42-16, 6:49 to go in the game, and they get the ball right back here. Still a comfortable margin for McNeil. Although if you're the Mavericks, I'm sure you'd rather have the football and try to milk some of this clock here. Stevic takes the snap, throws down the middle, and it's complete. Out to about the 36, 37-yard line. Jaden Fields with the catch. Clock continues to roll, 6:35 left in the contest. Remember, next week is the only week of the playoffs, the by-district rounds, where you get a home game. After that, it's all neutral site. High snap. Stefic to throw into triple coverage. Actually threaded the needle well there, just a little high and incomplete. Intended for Harry Fields. We mentioned last year, McNeil won their home game in the playoffs against Bowie. It was a 14-0 lead for Bowie going into the fourth quarter. And then the Mavericks peeled off 17 straight in the fourth quarter to win that one before falling to Cibolo's Steel in a neutral site game down in Santa Marcos a week later. Throw near side, caught, making a man miss. Jaden Fields, and he gets out to the 31. 32, rather. Third down and about 5 coming. Third and 5 now for the Hutto Hippos. Trying to stay alive. Handoff, nowhere to go. Quickly tackled Marshall Holland right there to make the play. Braylon Beckworth, the ball carrier, just wrapped up immediately. There is a flag down. It's offside against McNeil, and that's going to be a free 5 yards and a first down for Hutto. Remember the games next week, too. If I'm not mistaken, playoff games can't be shown via TV or anything like that unless they're, like, on the actual television. There's a little wheel route to Beckworth, and he will make a man miss, get into the end zone. Touchdown, Hutto Hippos. 26-yard pass to Braylon Beckworth out of the backfield, and Hutto finds their second touchdown of the quarter. That'll make it 42-22.
So the Hutto Hippos pull within 20 here. Just over 5 minutes left. They recovered an onside kick. Drove down relatively fast.
Yeah, quick touchdown. Only took about a minute off the clock. Get this 2-point conversion, it'll be an 18-point game. Doing some quick math, that would be still a 3-score game, but it would be a touchdown on a 2-point conversion, and a field goal to tie it up. And 2-point is good. Brayton Anderson wide open in the end zone there. 42-24, your new score. As Hutto finds the end zone and adds a couple to it. I imagine they're going to line back up for another onside kick here, Ike, and McNeil's going to put the hands team out there. You got to make sure you recover this one, because this is where if Hutto gets it one more time, they can get a little bit of life with 5:16 to go. But if McNeil can get the football back and just squeeze a few first downs, slow the game up, even just taking a couple of minutes off the clock, if you go a couple of, like 2 or 3 and out, or 3 and out, that would be a huge, huge possession at this point.
Well, and Hutto still has 3 timeouts left. So say they do recover this onside kick and then go down and put some points up, then it's real. They have
it gets dicey
shot.
at that point.
It gets dicey.
Yeah, you got to make sure you recover this onside kick if you're McNeil here.
So the first kick, they kicked it to the corner just 10 yards, and the runner on the outside was able to cut it off. I wonder if they'll use the same strategy here.
Well, Diego Bizabel Lopez tees it up. Hey, we'll try the same thing. That ball is loose. It was touched by McNeil. The Hippos say they have it. The Hippos have it at the 48. 5:09 to go in the game. Hutto has recovered back-to-back onside kicks. Don't go anywhere yet. 42-24 the score, and McNeil's defense is going to have to go right back on the field.
Here come the Hippos. 2 onside kicks in a row here. Still with 3 timeouts. Down 3 scores, 18 points.
Well, here we go. A big defensive drive now for McNeil. You got to think the defense needs a little break here, too. They've been out there for a ton of snaps in a row. 5:09 left, 42-54 the score. Hutto with the lead and the football. Stefik drops straight back, throws down the middle. That is caught. It's a first down inside the 35. Jaden Fields with the catch.
That was a dicey throw there. Thread of the needle.
Clock rolling inside 5 minutes. This was 42-10 just a few minutes ago. It is now 42-24. Stefik drops back again, has time. Pocket collapsing. He tries to escape, can't do so. Dropped down for a sack 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Jacorian Hubbard there to help make the play. But you can tell this McNeil defense, especially up front, they're getting up a little slower. They look a little bit tired right now because they've been out there so long here in this fourth quarter. Hutto's slow to get back on the ball in the line of scrimmage. They're letting some precious time kick away. Stefik moves left, tries to throw, double clutches, now tosses one towards the sideline. It's complete. Harry Fields with the catch, steps out of bounds for a gain of 6. Third down and about 6 yards to go here for Hutto. This McNeil crowd trying to get some energy back. Handoff up the middle. And that's going to be a first down and a little more. Braylon Beckworth with the carry out to the 21. Gain of 7.
Marshall Holland saved a touchdown there.
Inside of 4 minutes. Stefik to throw. Pressure coming from the backside. The ball's tipped and incomplete. Nearly intercepted and almost stripped out of his hand right as he was throwing the ball, too, for Stefik. Flag down. It will go against the Hippos. That's a big penalty. Illegal shift, the call. I'll back him up 5 yards. (42-24) the score. McNeil with the lead. 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Hutto's third straight drive here after recovering 2 straight onside kicks. Quick little out route. Ball is incomplete. Thrown a little too tall. McNeil led this thing 42-10 about halfway through the fourth quarter. If Hutto can find a quick touchdown here, they still have all 3 timeouts. And you and I said it would get a little dicey. Stefik to throw, and that's incomplete. Looking again for Littles. He had a double clutch there as pressure was coming in the pocket. 3rd and 15 now.
3rd and 15. You don't have to get it all at once, though. You're obviously going for it on 4th down. You could pick up 7 or 8 and make it more 4th and manageable.
The stadium rumbling here at Dragon Stadium in Round Rock as McNeil's trying to close this thing out. 3rd down, 15 to go. Stefik, they're setting up the screen. It is set up well, and it's dropped. Dropped by Beckworth, the running back. That's the 4th or 5th drop tonight for this Hutto offense. Fourth down and 15 for Hutto. They got to have it. For McNeil, biggest defensive play of the year. Trying to stem this tide of momentum. Stefik to throw. Has time. Rolling right to buy some more. Throws it back across his body. It is up. It is picked off on the tip at the 1-yard line. Coming back with it for the Mavericks, Isaiah Jones. Still on his feet at the 35. To the 45. 50. On the sideline at the 35, and he steps out of bounds. Flag down behind the play as well. Probably going to come back just a bit. However, the interception stands, and the Mavericks will have the football with 3:13 to go in the game.
That was a 59-yard return there, although it'll most likely be going back a little bit. But, you know, Stefik did a good job of buying himself time. He ran out of the pocket and set his feet. And throw sailed on him just a little bit, and hence the interception.
3:13 to go, 42-24. McNeil with the lead and the football as we wait for the official call on this flag.
While we wait for the call, give you all a word from one of our generous sponsors. AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selections of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. That's AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive.
Thank you, AutoNation Chevrolet, and all of our sponsors all season long for making this happen and bringing the broadcast free to you. By the way, the penalty goes against Hutto on the return for a low block. The return went to the 40-yard line of the Hippos. And I think they're going to add on some more here. Clipping the call against Hutto. (42-24), the Mavericks lead the Hippos. Big interception and a stop there, Ike, on that drive because Hutto had all that momentum, scoring 2 straight touchdowns after the onside kick returns and after the onside kicks rather, and threatening for a third.
Well, what kind of halted that drive before the interception was that penalty that put him behind the chains.
You got to wonder if you're Hutto, too. They're probably thinking about that dropped screen pass that was set up really well on 3rd down because Beckworth had 4 or 5 blockers set up a wall in front of him on that screen and just dropped the football. McNeil takes over at the 25 of the Hutto Hippos. 1st and 10. Jarrell Gary, the quarterback right now. Soltz on the sideline, and you got to think this ball is not leaving the ground the rest of the day for the Mavericks here. Coach Hermes is an aggressive football coach, especially offensively. But right now, my guess is he's probably thinking discretion, the better part of valor, and run out this clock and get out of here with a victory. First and 10, Gary the quarterback. They send Christie in motion, and it's Gary on the keeper to the right side. Makes a couple of men miss. Brought down by the face mask at the 16. 3 or 4 flags come in on that one. There's also a flag behind the play, so I think we're going to have offsetting penalties here.
I think every referee on the field may have thrown their flag. Except for the line judge.
I saw that one from the space station. We wait for the official calls. Illegal shift against McNeil. Personal foul, face mask against Hutto. Those fouls will offset, and we'll redo it all. First and 10, McNeil back at the 25. Jarrell Gary again sends a man in motion. This time they'll hand it off to Williams. And Joshua Williams gets about a yard up the middle. Now this is going to be the interesting part. How fast does McNeil want to go? They've been going quickly all night, but here you can see no rush with substitutions right now. Huddle up. Kill as much off this clock. Every 40 seconds is valuable right now. Hutto with their full complement of timeouts, but trailing by 18 with 2:35 to go. Under center for the Mavericks. Gary, that's Soltz rather. Soltz hands it to Williams, who's off to the races on the right side. A stiff arm off of one defender, and he's taken down inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Little counter play there, run very well by the Mavericks.
Yeah, once Williams got outside, there was nothing but green ahead of him.
Well, he's been running up the middle all night long, and then they finally set that counter up wide open on the backside there. That defensive line for Hutto crashed inside, and he took it out. Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game, and if Hutto doesn't call timeouts, McNeil can just take knees and leave out or get out of here without having to snap it again if they don't want, or without having to really run a play. Just kind of depends on what the Hippos want to do. McNeil's having problems substituting right now. Down to 8 seconds on the play clock. They snap the huddle. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1, and they don't get it off. Delay of game against the Mavs. Probably not too worried about the 5 yards at this point. Clock's still running. Somebody not seeing what's happening here. Probably need to reset the clock to about 1:27 to be officially accurate, but I don't know that anybody's really going to complain right now. Coming off the delay of game, I don't think the clock should be running at all. The game clock shouldn't be, that I'm aware of. Offensive penalty, the game clock should be stopped. Handoff up the middle. Loss of a yard there for the Mavs. Mavericks will have to snap it one more time, but McNeil will be heading to the playoffs for the second straight season. This win and you're in game tonight between the Mavericks and the Hippos will go the way of the McNeil Mavericks. Their season will continue next week at Dripping Springs. Hutto, a hard-fought game and a hard-fought season tonight. They're going to come up short of the playoffs.
Yeah, congratulations to the Hutto Hippos. They'll fall to 4-6 record on the year, but how about the Mavericks? Second straight year going to the playoffs.
Mavs take the final knee, and the celebration can begin. McNeil 42, Hutto 24. The McNeil Mavericks will head to the playoffs for the second straight year after a 19-year drought. What a turnaround for this program, for this team that 3 weeks ago, Ike, they knew they had to win out. They knew it in order to make the playoffs, and they're able to do so, capping it off with an impressive victory tonight over the Hutto Hippos. We're back in just a minute to wrap it all up. McNeil 42, Hutto 24. The Mavericks headed to the playoffs. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on the iHSFAN network.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Well, the pictures on the screen tell the entire story tonight. 42-24, your score. The McNeil Mavericks headed back to the playoffs for the second straight year as they have the playoff-bound banner in front of their fans on the near side. Brad Tillery, Ike Kohler here to wrap it all up from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock as McNeil wins this win in your in game on the final night of the season. The winner of this game coming into the contest, they knew they were going to be playing next week. The loser knew they'd be going home, and McNeil comes out on top, 42-24. Let's tell you how it all went down tonight because, wow, it was a bit of a seesaw, a bit of an interesting way to end it. 42-24, an 18-point game. The game wasn't that close, to be quite frank with you, but it got interesting late for a little bit. Hutto struck first after forcing a McNeil punt. Hutto goes on an 87-yard drive, capped off by a 25-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback, Caden Stefik, to Brayden Anderson to make it 7-0. And you think, okay, Hutto's offense is ready to roll. This is the team that averages 35 a game. There they go. But McNeil answers right back. They go on a 4-play, 55-yard drive. Jaden Schultz finds Jarrell Gary from 30 yards out to make it 7-7. After the kickoff is returned by Hutto to the 38. The first offensive snap of the drive. It is a handoff to the running back, Braylon Beckworth. He is popped right in the chest in the hole. The ball bounces straight up, and Wadike Nwosu pulls it down and goes off to the races from 38 yards for the fumble recovery touchdown. 14-7 Mavs, and they would never look back. Two teams kind of traded possessions for a little bit. And then in the second quarter, the Mavs really took over. A 6-play, 66-yard drive where Joshua Williams capped it off from 35 yards out to make it 21-7. After Hutto would have a turnover on downs their next drive, Jaden Schultz found Gary for the second time tonight. They hook up for an 8-yard score to make it 28-7. Hutto kicks a field goal late in the first half. The Mavericks get it back with 1:17 to go before the half, and they go on a 5-play, 57-yard drive. Took less than a minute. Williams with his second touchdown, this one from 2 yards out, to make it 35-10, and McNeil was rolling. Coming out of the locker room, second half, the first play of the half is a pick six. Ziarian Hall takes it about 40 yards the other way. 42-10, your score. McNeil comfortably ahead of Hutto. The two teams would kind of trade possessions for a little bit. Game kind of stalls out, and then we get into the fourth quarter. And Hutto was able to find a touchdown with a 42-16 lead. Cut the lead to 42-16, didn't get the 2-point conversion. 6-7 minutes to go in the game. Not thinking too much of it. Hutto gets an onside kick. They recover. They score. They get a 2-point conversion. It's 42-24. And you're still thinking, okay, plenty of time. Or not a whole lot of time, about 6 minutes or so left in the game, 5:30. Only thing that could really make it interesting is if they get an onside kick and score again. They get an onside kick. They recover. Hutto penetrates to about the 20-yard line of McNeil until the drive finally stalls out on an interception at the 1-yard line on a 4th and 15 play. And McNeil is able to return the ball and finally kneel the game out. 42-24 your score. The Mavericks hold on, and they will move on to the playoffs for the second straight season. Ike, your final thoughts?
Well, the way I see it, McNeil kind of, after Hutto scored quickly on their opening drive, McNeil played with a lot of energy, and they got momentum. And in these elimination games, momentum means a whole lot. And McNeil, once that train started going, there is no stopping it. I want to commend Hutto with how competitive they were late in the game, recovering a couple onside kicks, staying in the fight. But tonight belongs to McNeil Mavericks. They're travel out to Dripping Springs. Dripping Springs, I haven't been there in a while. Last time I reported on a game there, though, they gave me some catfish. It's a real deal, man.
That's a tough place to go play, too, down there.
Very tough.
I've been down there, yeah.
Yeah, you can expect a big student section there for Dripping Springs. And overall, a very successful season for McNeil, playing in the playoffs. Can't complain.
Yeah, the Mavericks, it's a season that started pretty rough. And we were there on night one of this season. It was a Thursday night football game, non-district game, and they lost by 1 point in overtime. 2-point conversion play that ended up 1 yard shy of a victory.
To Weiss.
It was a great football game between them and Weiss. And really, McNeil struggled the first half of the season. They were 2-5 at 1 point, and 2-3 in district. They will finish 5-5, 5-3 in the district. Of course, we mentioned the game last week against Manor was forfeited due to extenuating circumstances over at Manor. That, again, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out over there to the Manor family. But McNeil, they knew 3 weeks ago they had to win out, and they went on the field and handled business, and they will be heading to the playoffs for the second straight year. Hutto, congratulations on a really good season. Their first year in 6A District 25. They will fall to 4-6. They go 3-5 in district play. I believe we are wrapped up for the season. This is the last regular broadcast that we have scheduled. I don't believe we're bringing the game next week unless something that happens that I'm not sure of. If that is, then, hey, we may be on the air in Dripping Springs. If not, it's been a blast bringing Round Rock ISD football to you all season long. Ike, any final words for the year?
Yeah, it's been a real good time getting to call the Round Rock ISD football, and I'm sitting here calling at the end of the game, watching Zarin Hall do backflips on the sidelines. I mean, it's pretty. This stuff's awesome, and the season went by real fast. But congratulations to McNeil making the playoffs. I want to thank my partner Brad being with me all the steps of the way, and everyone tuning in. So.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Ike and I have been doing this 3 years now together. It's our third season together. It's been fun. Going back to even Austin High, back when we were doing some stuff down there. 2 years up here doing McNeil or Round Rock ISD games, and hopefully we'll be able to continue on next year as well. We just want to thank, first of all, Round Rock ISD for allowing us to bring these to you all season long. Their support means everything. I want to thank the support of our sponsors because couldn't do it without them. They're allowing us to bring all of this free to you every single week. Want to thank the man behind the scenes that you don't hear about too much, Rick Epstein. He makes this happen on iHSFAN, and he really is our leader and puts this stuff together. And Rick, we appreciate everything that you do for us and all of our crew on iHSFAN as well throughout the network. It's a big group, support folks who we jump in where we can, we help out where we can, and we get to do it, and we do this because we love to do it. It's fun to come out here on Friday nights and call football and watch these kids play and bring that action to you wherever you may be, so that you can follow along around the country. We know there's a lot of parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles who don't live here who get the chance to watch their family members do their thing on Thursday and Friday nights during the Texas high school football season. It is a privilege. It is an honor. We appreciate you spending your season and Friday nights with us all year long. For my broadcast partner, Ike Kohler, I'm Brad Tillery, signing off one final time for the year, saying good night, everyone. We appreciate you all season long. We hope you have a great and happy rest of your weekend. Enjoy the holiday season as it comes up. Make sure you follow along for the playoffs coming up too, whoever your favorite team may be on Round Rock ISD. And we will hopefully be back with you again next season for another year of high school football. One final time tonight, though, from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock. A winner-take-all game for the final playoff spot in District 25 6A goes to the McNeil Mavericks, 42-24 over the Hutto Hippos. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
You're listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have expressed